What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLORIan here. Welcome to today's brand new video. Today I want to talk about some big details we have gotten for episode 17 of season 10 of The Walking Dead. So yes, episode 17, the first of the 6 extra episodes of season 10. Now, I honestly did not think we were going to get any updates or any details, like especially this big of an update and this amount of details for the episode this early on. Well, I don't want to say this early and everything since the episodes will be coming out early in 2021, but I guess it's still kind of early in my opinion. But pretty much what this is a table read between a lot of the cast members that are going to be in this specific scene that they're like, table reading for, and I find it very interesting. But as kind of a background, The Walking Dead YouTube channel posted this on I think October 18th or 8th, and it's called The Walking Dead in Production, and it's extremely interesting. It's a bunch of cast members and anything in a Zoom or like Skype or whatever call. I don't know who uses Skype anymore, but pretty much they're doing a table read. So let's quickly break down the table read and then get into my thoughts about it. So essentially in this table read, Carrie Payne, aka Ezekiel, is pretty much reading off what's going on in this scene and everything while the other characters are doing dialogue. So it kind of starts off as Maggie or more so Negan saying, "Hey Maggie," and everything, confirming that we're gonna have a scene between Negan and Maggie and everything, like them directly in front of each other. And Maggie responds saying, "So you're out," and Negan says, "I didn't escape if that's what you were thought." Because you damn know sure Maggie would be she hasn't really, ever since she took Negan out of his cell and had that kind of, not even necessarily a heart-to-heart moment, but that moment where Negan broke down finally and everything, I don't feel like she's still around to him yet and everything. I don't feel like she ever will, but maybe she's a little bit more calm towards him, maybe because she realizes he's not going to kill them all in their sleep. Then Carol pretty much says and tells Maggie and everything, I guess they're gonna be in the scene too, along with Daryl and a couple of other notable cast members. But Carol says to Maggie that there's a thing you need to know is that Negan was with the Whisperers that night, the night Hilltop was burned down, and that Carol wanted Maggie to hear it from her herself. Then Maggie responds to Carol by saying, you were the one who let her out and everything. I'm assuming because I guess maybe she gets the vibe from that, or maybe there was something cut out of this table read and everything, since it's a full table read, but this is only a cut up bit that we have gotten. So maybe Carol confesses, or maybe Maggie just gets it. But then Carol goes on to say Negan's the reason we didn't lose everything, or we were gonna lose everything, but Negan's the reason we didn't and everything, obviously because of he killed Alpha, which I'm assuming this maybe is Carol holding up her end of the deal to Negan when she originally let him out, saying oh, if you do this for me, I'll make sure no one in the community hates you anymore, and I'll say what a great person you were or are. And while she's not doing it to the entire community, she is doing it to the one person that will hate Negan the most, and that's Maggie, or someone in power who hates Negan the most, and yet again that's Maggie. Then Daryl goes on to say nothing's decided with Negan and everything, still giving that bit of information that maybe he might be exiled, but yet again I really hope not. And he tells Maggie that she needs to come home and everything, maybe to come back to Alexandria or the Hilltop or the kingdom, even though the kingdom's not technically standing anymore. Well, it is, but I don't know what's going on with it. But that she needs to come home to Alexandria or the Hilltop or anything, just in general home, which it would be really cool and everything, but I'm pretty sure she's still with Georgie, or not with Georgie right now or anything, but I'm pretty sure she's still with Georgie in the thing of helping out her community and everything and building a better future. Maggie goes on to say that the reason she left was Negan, which is pretty obvious, and that she couldn't go back because of him, and that she didn't want to bring Herschel back into that, which is a big thing because so far we have not seen Herschel. We don't exactly know how old he is. I mean, by now I think he was around during the beginning of season 9 and everything, before Maggie left. He was around a baby at that time and everything, possibly 1 or 2 years old, maybe more, so probably 1. And then I think we had a 6-year time jump, so he should be around the year of 6 or 7 or maybe even 10, God forbid. So around this time, maybe he has heard about Negan, and what happened to her his father. Maybe she said your father died or something and everything by someone, but maybe she hasn't said specifically Negan. But it's definitely be interesting once we get that introduction of Herschel and everything, because I do wonder who's casted for him. And all around, just definitely be interesting when Negan, Maggie, and Herschel are in the same room, or just when Herschel and Negan are in the same room. Then Maggie goes on to mention that they found ran into Elijah, which a lot of people are speculating, which is, I don't know, in my opinion it's pretty much confirmed, because I truly feel like this is who this is, but she said that they ran into Elijah on the road and everything, and I'm assuming when they were coming, like, you know, back to, like, you know, our communities and everything, or maybe just going out to find new communities, because Georgie and Maggie, their whole thing is to go and find new communities to help and everything and join their, like, you know, like, I don't know, system. And I'm assuming Elijah, like, I kind of went off from that and everything, but I'm assuming Elijah, and a lot of you are speculating that Elijah is the person with the 2 sickles and, like, you know, the mask and everything, which it makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm not sure if this makes any sense since we haven't even seen who the hell this is, like, who this is under the mask and the hood, but this person looks like an Elijah. That's, like, very weird to say and everything, so yet, again, we have no clue what they look like and everything, but for some reason, when I see that person, I picture Elijah. It makes sense. I have no clue why. And she says that their community, Elijah's community, needed them, like, you know, Maggie and Georgie's, like, you know, help more than Maggie needed theirs. So maybe, like, you know, Elijah's community is who, like, you know, Maggie, like, you know, and Georgie helped and joined their system, and now Elijah's kind of tagging along with them as, like, you know, maybe a side, like, you know, person, or, like, you know, helping hand. Then Daryl goes on to say Carol did, and then Maggie, like, you know, cuts him off and goes, she did what she felt she had to do, which is kind of true. At least, like, you know, Maggie somewhat understands and everything, and isn't like, you know, how I think, what's her name? How Sherry was in the comics when she saw Negan, like, just on a death stare, like, why the hell is he out? Then Maggie goes on to say, like, you know, I don't know what I would have done when I was there and everything. I don't know if I would have done, like, you know, all of that, but she says that she wasn't there and she just doesn't understand and everything, or she wouldn't understand. Carrie Payne kind of, like, you know, goes over the scene and pretty much says after Maggie says all that, she looks like she wants to say more, but she doesn't. She kind of shrugs and walks off, which is kind of an odd end off of a conversation, but, you know, it's fine. Then Carol pretty much says, you know, she's never gonna come around on him, like, you know, like, forgive him or truly, like, you know, accept him. And then Daryl responds with, why have you? And then Carol pretty much says, like, you know, or Carrie Payne pretty much says that, like, you know, she shrugs, and Carol says, it's good to see that she's home, which is a really, like, you know, good ending of the scene and everything. And all around, this was an extremely cool table read and a very cool look inside a scene of, like, you know, episode 17. And I have not even said the most obvious thing. I might have, but I completely forgot. But this episode title name is Home Sweet Home, which is an amazing title for what I'm assuming is going to be an amazing episode, because it's going to be Maggie's, like, you know, she's going back to home sweet home and everything. It's gonna be, the episode is essentially, I'm assuming, and this is only, like, you know, a theory at this point, like, based on the title and this, like, you know, just a lot of, like, you know, of speculation that's going around. But I'm seeing this episode's gonna be, like, you know, Maggie returning, everyone kind of going back to their home sweet home, like Alexandria, Hilltop. I'm assuming not the Kingdom, but Maggie's just gonna be back home and everything. So I'm assuming if she's going back home, it's gonna be, like, you know, the Hilltop, meeting everyone, like, you know, again, getting to know everyone again. And it's just gonna be an episode of, it's going to kind of be like a new beginning again, where, like, you know, they're gonna have to build everything back up and everything. Everyone's kind of, like, you know, meeting again, everyone's getting back together, reuniting. I don't think Connie's gonna be in this episode, so obviously, like, you know, there's not gonna be a reunion between her, Daryl, and Carol and Kelly and everything, like, just yet, but they said they have something planned for her and everything in the future in season 11. So all around, this was an extremely cool table read. I was, like, a lot of what I, like, was said here and everything that happened in this, like, you know, table read, just the scene in general, it makes me very excited for episode 17. And just I don't know why, but I love the title of this episode. I absolutely love it. I'm very interested to see, you know, Maggie and Negan and everything, like, you know, meet. We got to, like, you know, see what the dialogue is gonna be in here, but you know, since they're kind of just reading it off and doing very light acting on it, I can't wait to see what the actual scene is gonna be like when everyone's, like, you know, on camera, everyone's fully ready right into the scene, like, you know, between Maggie, Negan, Carol, Daryl, and just all of that. It's just gonna be awesome in general. I really can't wait for it. We do have a long wait and everything, but if they keep releasing stuff like this and everything and just some news, it won't feel like that long of a wait, and I can't wait for anything for early 2021, which that can mean anything, and also it can get delayed if, like, say the virus somewhat just gets worse in that, like, you know, span of time. But that was the end of it and everything. What do you guys think of all of this? Because in my opinion, I thought this was just, like I said, awesome. What do you guys think of it? What were some things of this, like, you know, table read that you liked, or was there some things that maybe I missed? If so, make sure to comment down below. And yep, like I said, that was all. I'll make sure to link this table read on the Walking Dead YouTube channel down below in the description, so you guys can go watch the full thing. And yep, hope you guys did enjoy the video and everything. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more of the latest in the Walking Dead universe and more breakdowns like this. And I promise I will upload more and everything. I'm just, like, you know, finishing my episode 1 review of season 1 of The World Beyond. And I know I'm very behind, but I'm trying to get, like, you know, very, very caught up and everything. So reviews are gonna be kind of, like, you know, delayed, or, you know, more so lagging behind, like, of the episodes and everything. But if you do follow me on Twitter, I am always live tweeting of, like, the episodes and everything, of, like, you know, when they do come out. I'm always, like, live tweeting during the episode of every second of every episode and everything. And I'm always, like, doing doing reviews on there. So if you guys do want to, like, you know, follow me on Twitter, then I don't know, go do it. But yeah, make sure to link this down below and everything, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And yep, I see you guys later, my amigos, and peace out.